One of the things is you've written this book. Now you transform into that entrepreneurial lane, right? So now you go from being an author, you're now expanding who you are and how you're showing up. How has that journey been for you as an author, transitioning to entrepreneur, where you're now bringing this valuable resource to the marketplace? What lessons have you learned along the way thus far?
Well, thank Chris-Beth for inviting me to join Empowered for Excellence. You have given me some really great tips on how I can market my book, and it's been a journey. To be honest with you, the publishers, they had given me some tips on how to publish, how to go about marketing my book. So I try to use some of those advice that I've been given. I've been trying to use some of the advice from you as well. But like I said, when you're marketing, it's a challenge. It is a challenge, right? And it's not something that you tell yourself it's going to be an overnight success. You have to work at it. You have to be there all the time, showing up. Even sometimes you may not get the results you want, but you still have to persevere and continue. So I'm trying different ways how to market my book, how to get my book out there. I'm trying to connect with people who can help me, because in this journey, you can't do it alone. You really need the help. And I'm thankful for this opportunity, because by doing this, people are hearing about my book, and it's one way of really getting my book out there as well.
Yes, and I've added a book to the library at E4X, and people come in sometimes before COVID with their kids, and I'm so happy now I can put a tool, this awesome book, in the hands of the kids. So we're actually building out a kids section, and thanks to your book, we can add value in that space, because we believe that learning is ongoing and is part of the journey. And having a book like yours is a great tool there. You shared something about doing this it's new skills, the resiliency, stepping out there. And it's really great to see, and you share about you stepping out there to get the word out, bringing the voice to your book in many ways, right? I'm wondering if there is, in terms of your journey thus far, what has been one of the biggest wins for you that you would like to share with us?
You mean with my book?
Yeah, yes.
Well, the biggest win for me so far was when I got fellow teachers to really talk about my book and to see them using my book in the classroom. To me, it made me feel really happy that here I'm contributing to education. I'm contributing to the learning experience in the classroom. And to me, that gave me some joy. And to me, that's a big win. And I'm hoping that more teachers more people would hear about my book, parents would hear about my book. you know you know that's something that I'm really happy for. Yeah.
Are there any pages in the book that you want to just pull out a segment and read for us, one of the adventures Kate and Jake has gone on?
Okay, sure, I can. Oh, so I'm going to read this page. This is the page, well, I'm going to read this one. So Kate and Jake leave the farm. On the way, they met a man. The man has a monkey on his arm. So here Kate and Jake, and look at them, right?
That is awesome.
Yeah. So
and you could see the letters. You were talking about this, the formation of the letter and the lips and all of those things. One of the unique factors or elements in your book.
Yeah. So for example, like M in saying the name M, first you have to shape the mouth, and then it comes out into the sound, right? So there's a way to shape the lips. M, right? 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 And then this is the sound here, m. So letters like M and L and S and X and N and F, it's a two-part thing, right? Because you're getting the and then you know. So that's why I wanted. So anybody who picks up the book and read and look at the book, even if they're struggling, and how do I say this letter? How do I pronounce it? It's right there, right?
Yeah, I love it because, you know, sometimes I hear, you know, English has been my first language growing up, but, you know, when I'm interacting with others who English is their second language, they oftentimes talk about how complex and complicated it is. These two words are the same thing. Like, what's the difference? And so to see what you've done in your book to really break it down step by step, really to give that almost not simplification, but a simple and understandable way in how to engage with the language, how to engage with the letters, how to engage with the words is so powerful. And yes, if you're in ESL, it may be a great book that you may want to start with, just learning the letters of the English alphabet.
Actually, you know, and what you said is so true, because I was speaking to, I think it was the person who was designing my layout of the book. I think she told me she's an English language learner. And she said when she looked at the images in my book, it helped her because she didn't realize how to say some of these letters. And to me, that was really, really good, that I'm helping even an adult, you know, so I'm really excited.
Hey,
You know,
that's wonderful.
the feedback I'm getting, I'm really excited with the feedback I'm getting, how it's helping students.
Yes.
You know, like there's one girl that I tutor right now, and I use my book to do it. And she told me she didn't like to read at all. But she said, you know what, I really like reading your book and I can't wait to finish it. And that was, you know, I really felt good. So every time we meet, she would get the book out and read me a page. And she said, look, I'm reading, and she's enjoying reading. And that's the whole idea, that because there's some kids who do not like reading, but you want them to like reading. So I created this book to make it fun, to make them engaged in reading and see that, hey, reading is not such a hard thing after all. I can have fun while I'm reading, you know?
Yes. The adventures that you can go on while reading. And I think your book is a foundational piece, Adventures in Alphabetland, to begin that journey. So that is amazing. I'm curious, one of the things is people may be considering becoming an author, writing a book. I have a forever book that I'm working on myself. What is a tip or advice you can give to someone who's considering becoming an author?
First of all, start. Start the process. Start putting down your ideas on paper. You may write it over 100 times, but just start. And for me, when I started my book, this book took me 2 years to complete. I started it in December of 2018, and it was published December 2020. And there were so many times I had to rewrite and do it over and over again. And the next thing, when you're writing, get somebody else to read what you're writing and to give you really honest feedback. And my daughter, Giselle, you know, she's into film, right? And she is really great at writing stories. So when I was writing my book, I remember the first draft that I did, and I gave it, and she said, Mommy, you need to write a story that's flowing. This is not flowing. So I had to do it all over again. And that's the thing about writing or anything you're doing. Sometimes people may tell you to do it over, and you might tell yourself, oh my gosh, I've done so much already. Do I have to go and do it over again? Yes, you want it to be perfect. So like I said, writing, start. You have your ideas, put it down on paper. you may have to do it over and over again until you get to that perfect place that you want it to be.
Yeah.
So if you're aspiring author and you have ideas, start putting it down on paper.
Yeah.
And the rest is history. And I'll tell you something, as the thing about writing this book, when I started, it didn't start off like this. Really, this finished product was not how it started. And as I kept writing, my ideas and my thoughts keep changing, and as you write, you edit and you rewrite until you get where you really want it to. And that's what writing is all about.